Long overdue follow-up video on this Marshall Lead 12 5005 combo amp. I guess it's a 12 watt solid state amp. I did a video, I think in June, right when I got it, and I took maybe over the course of a week I did some work on it, sanded this and painted that black. I didn't get another cap, I just painted this black. It was kind of rusted. I had some other pieces that I wound up painting black, but the Tolex all was in good shape. The corners are all in good shape. It actually had a knob, but the shaft of this potentiometer was sheared off. So I ordered a pot, and I believe it was about $6 or $7 from somebody on Reverb, and soldered that in. That was pretty easy to do. And in the back here, what I did is when I took the chassis out, I pulled the cord up through and soldered it to this jack. So now I can just plug the speaker in when I want to use it as a combo, and more importantly, I can plug a different speaker cabinet into it real easy, because this particular speaker, I think it's I don't remember if it's a G10 D25, is that what that says? Anyways, this magnet is really small, and it's not a great sounding speaker normally, and this one I actually repaired. And so I'm going to pull this speaker out and just kind of show you what I did to repair the speaker, and it does work. And then we'll go ahead and plug it in. I'm going to use the same guitars I used when I tried it out on another video, and we'll just listen to the difference real quick. All right, taking a little closer look at the chassis here. I'm shining light on there. You can't see the serial. It was really difficult to see the serial number without this light on here, but you can see that it's there. It's a Y06526. So, and a Y code makes this a 1990. On the side, there's actually a sticker, and it's got the assembled by, the inspection, and there's actually a date on there, 21/2/90. So this was tested on February 21st of 1990. The volume worked. It was the gain that had been sheared off. And it's funny because where it was sheared off, it actually, when I plugged this amp into a bigger speaker, a 12-inch speaker, it sounded pretty good. The other speaker, the original speaker, which is now fixed, was completely trashed. But swapping this out was no problem at all. So it was just this one here. It just had 3 leads on it. Interesting how this is soldered up. A couple of them have wires on them, and then these are right onto the board. This is the one that was just replaced, and so it was super simple. Just pull the old one out, desolder, and then solder in to the new one. So that was pretty simple. The other thing was just coming in here, and like I said, there was a cord that ran. This is the same cord that went up, that goes all the way down to the speaker, and I just pulled it up through, put a 1/4-inch jack in. I'm sorry, jack, so I could use a plug, and that's it. So I didn't add the speaker or do anything to it. I just kept the same amount of length. This would be very easy for somebody to just undo if that's what they wanted to do. So it's a pretty small magnet on this speaker. I had intended to maybe get a different 10-inch speaker. For me, it just sounds good to plug it into a larger cabinet and a bigger speaker, and then rather than go out and buy another speaker for this, I just repaired the old one. And what I did is, if you have a speaker, let's take a look at this more closely here. Let me move this cabinet out of the way. So you can see here, this was all ripped in there. There we go. This was ripped here. And then of course on the back it looks ripped. Now what I wound up doing is patching it, and then I covered the dust cap, covered the cap, and then I just sprayed black paint all over this. And again, I watched a couple of YouTube videos of some guys that had said, a little bit of paint on there isn't too bad. It actually stiffens it up a little bit, and it's not a really thick coat. It's enough to make it look a little better, and helps seal it also. And so it's repaired on the back, and you can learn about this online. I used a coffee filter, and so right through here is where that crack was. And so this coffee filter goes up and back up through here and in this direction. And this is one layer over top of, there's a strip there and another strip down here, and there's another layer over all of it. And what you do is you take that coffee filter and some water. I think I did about probably maybe 50-50 water and wood glue, because that's what I had handy. I think it was just Elmer's wood glue, and got that paper from the coffee filter all wet, patched the back, and then I did spread some of that water glue mixture on here a little bit, and then spray painted it. And the speaker works. I would assume the speaker sounds about as good as it normally would, given all the comments online that the speaker's kind of a dog and should always be replaced. This speaker is okay. It does cleans okay. It breaks up really fast, that's for sure. But it's functional enough. So anyways, that's what I did with the speaker, and that's really it. This thing cranks. The amplifier itself is fine. This speaker could be replaced with maybe a greenback or a cream back, a 10-inch cream back or something like that, or just run that speaker out into a larger cabinet, and that's it. So it turned out well. I still have it. I think it's going to be around the house here for a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm going to have it forever and go to my grave with it, but it is kind of fun. It's handy to have around. One of the things that's nice about it is I almost always use the high input, but I have used the direct out a few times to just run it as a preamp into other power amps, just for testing and doing some other stuff with it. So it's just kind of a handy little amp to have around. So that's it. Actually, let's listen to it clean first. It does. So not a lot of clean out of this amp with this speaker. Let's crank the volume gain up.